Hi, this is a very quick and rough tutorial on how to work with images in Beadographer. And I'm going to split this into three parts. The first part, or this video, is going to show you how to bring in an image and trace over it, change the orientation and size and trace over it with beads. The second part, the next video, is going to be how to import the image and convert it to beads using whatever the program comes up with. And the third, which I'm really excited to show you, it's my favorite thing of all the things that Beadographer does, is how to convert an image using a palette that you've already set up. So let's do the first one, which is bringing in an image and then tracing it. So I've set up my canvas here. It's a 2-drop peyote 70 by 70, and I'm gonna bring in an image with the image tool. And here it is. It's a Doberman, and I'll talk a little bit in the next video about why I've picked this one. So as you can see, this red dot lets me rotate the image. This slider controls the size, and this controls the transparency. So here's the default palette. We set that up just so that you have something to work with if you want to get started right away. But I'm going to clear that because I don't think there's that many colors that will work. So I'm going to go to Palette, delete unused swatches, and since we don't have any beads on the canvas now, you can see the bead count is 0 for all of them. It's just going to clear the palette completely. Go back and you'll see there are no beads in the palette now. Now I'll make the image fully opaque so I can see what the colors are, and I'm going to try to set up a palette here. I can do it several ways. I'm just going to use the sliders to get the colors so that they're ideal, and then I'll match them to my beads later. But I could also start with the beads I have and load the palette and then trace over them that way, but I'm just going to do it like this. So that's a black. I'm going to look for that color now. Let's make, this is the hue, this is the saturation, and this is the luminosity. So you can play around with the sliders until you get, well, we've got a little bit of that color going on there maybe. Little. Is that about right for that? I'm not going to spend a lot of time getting the colors right because this is just for demonstration purposes, but hopefully you get the idea. Okay, let's just see how we do with that. Now, I click on the image again to bring back these sliders. Since I've set up my colors with them fully opaque, I'm going to set them to half transparent. And now, using the draw tool, I can just trace over them like this. I won't fill in all the black because I think you get the idea. Let's say that one for here. Anywhere I see that color. This one. I like to set up my palette first so that I don't have to go back and forth. But if you do this and then you realize you need another color, or you're not quite sure about the shape, you can always, make him opaque again so you can see what the colors are and compare and keep going like that. So I won't finish. I think you get the idea. If you want to see what you've got, you can make them fully transparent and just keep tracing over until you've done the whole thing. Okay?